Gentlemen, welcome everyone. I hope you are all keeping well, healthy, and happy. Let's see here. Let's begin with the 7th unit. As you all know, we have just finished the 6th unit, and there's going to be a test sooner or later. I will see whether it will be after 2 weeks when we finish with online lessons. But if they are going to extend it, then it will be online somehow. Anyway, if you check the unit map over here, you will see here that we are going to discuss vocabulary, word skills, and in vocabulary we have numbers and currencies, shops and services, shopping, verbs to do with money and business and in school. Then in word skills we are going to learn the difference between using the verbs in infinitive and ing. And later on in grammar you will discuss conditionals with me and past perfect. Two very difficult things in my opinion. But I will try to make it easy for you in my videos. And later on also there will be listening and other word skills. Let's begin here with 7a. Here I just want to guide you through this very quickly and explain a few things, and I will give you some homework to do after this. Now, here at the very beginning, they say, is something worth it, right? Worth doing something. If you use the verb worth, then you have worth and ing. If I say, for example, is it worth going to Prague, right? And I would say, yes, it is. There are many interesting things to do, for example, right? So if you say something is worth doing something, that means it's a good idea to spend time doing this, all right? For example, it is not worth playing computer games all day. You're not going to learn much, all right? You cannot make money from it. You're not gonna learn anything useful in your life for this. Now, from this, you can also make an adjective. You could say something is worthless. That means there's no value, all right? If you have something that you cannot sell, something that has no price, in a negative way, so that nobody is going to use it, nobody is going to buy it, then it is worthless, right? And the opposite would be priceless. No value, right? This is a good and this one is bad. So if it's no value, priceless, for example, priceless painting. For example, Mona Lisa, right? Mona Lisa is priceless. And then we have worthless drawing. This would be my drawing, right? If I draw something myself, it's worthless. I'm not a good artist, and this is why my drawing would be worthless. All right. Let's try it here this time. So the question is it worth it? All right. So you see there are a lot of products here, all right, over here too. And the question is it worth buying these products? So we are going to discuss price here. Before we begin, I want to also tell you 3 things that you can buy. There are only 4 things you can buy in the world. You cannot buy anything else, only 4 things. First thing you can buy is product, all right, something that people make. Then you can buy produce, something that people grow, right, or take from animals. For example, milk, all right, oranges, and so on. So I can take produce and I can make a product. For example, I take milk and I will make dairy products like yogurt, or I can make what else can I make from milk? Let's say I can make cheese, all right? So this would be product. That's the idea. And afterwards you can buy service. All right, service. Then we have for service, for example, a haircut. You can get a haircut at the barber, or education. All right, you can buy yourself some lesson, and that's it. And the last one you can buy, the last things are natural resources. All right, we are talking about oil, coal, things that are in the nature, right, and wood. Those are things that nobody has made, right? The nature has made them over a long time, and they are considered natural resources. Those are the only four things you can buy in the world. Okay, so nothing else here. All right, all right. So I'm thinking there are more words, but it's okay. You don't need more now. So let's have a look here. Let's have a look at these products, all right, or even services. So in the first one, before you start listening here, you need to decide which one you think would be the most expensive and which one is the least expensive in your opinion. All right, think about it because it will help you in the listening later. When we look here, there are a few things we should learn. First thing, these are the currencies, and as you know, countries tend to have different currencies. There are two major differences between English and Czech in here. The first one is that the currency is written in the front, okay, of the number. There are a few exceptions. For example, rupees in India, all right? But generally, most of the currencies are written in front. And this is also true even if you want to write it in the code. For example, $500, right? So I can make a character like this, and I would say $500. Or you can also do it this way. You can also write USD 400. All right. Now this is a big difference if you compare it with Czech, because the currency is in the front. All right. In the Czech language, we write it later. Right. So that's a big problem here. The second issue is that in the Czech language, if I want to differentiate each 3 digits, I would just say, okay, this is 1,300. All right, 1,300, and then point, I don't know, 45. Okay, so in Czech this would be 1345. Okay, now in English it's the direct opposite. If you want to write the same number, the comma and the dot over there must swap their places. So in English, all right, this would be 1,300.45. And now this can be really deceiving because, of course, in English this is the direct opposite. So please remember that. Now this one we don't read. You don't even have to write it, just like even in Czech, you don't have to write it, but it's much easier to read bigger numbers this way. But this one we read as point, all right? So 1,300.45. This is how we would read that. If you want to do 0.45, for example. Okay, okay. So we are basically getting there. Another thing when it comes to currencies is that currencies have lowercase letter in the front. So euro is with lowercase e, rupees with lowercase r, yen with lowercase y, and so on. Then another big problem in English, we have 1 million. Those are 6 zeros, right? So 1 million, okay, in English. And here's the thing, if I want to say 2, then I don't say 2 millions, all right? This would be incorrect. This is not okay, this one. So if you want to say how many of million or billion, you cannot say s at the end, all right? But at the same time, if you want to tell me this will cost millions, then it's okay. Then you can use s, all right? But if you give me number over there, it will cost 6 million, then you cannot say s there. So let me repeat: millions, billions, and trillions, and so on. Millions, trillions, and billions, they can have s at the end, unless they have a number in the front. So then you would say 2 million, 5 billion, and so on, okay? And another thing is that, guys, be careful, because in Czech we say 1 million are 6 zeros, then we have miliarda, right? But in English they don't use it this way. Billion is miljarda. So that means billion has 9 zeros, all right? 9 zeros, and trillions have 12 zeros. So in English, gentlemen, it's a very different system because we have million, miljarda, billion, biljarda, trillion, trilliarda, right? But in English, we have millions, billions, trillions, and because they use currencies that are much stronger than ours, they will not say, you know, quadrillions very often because simply the amount is too high and the inflation isn't there yet. So if you want to continue, you could say quadrillion, all right? But there isn't enough money in the world yet to actually count in quadrillions. But this is how we would continue, all right? So again, quadrillions would be okay, but if you tell me a number, how many, then 5 quadrillion, all right? All right, that's it. So, but gentlemen, you don't need that. Just you can remember millions, billions, trillions. That's it. So remember the number of zeros. Remember that the point and dash are the other way around in English. And remember that the symbol of currency or the code of the currency is 99% written in the front, right? There are a few exceptions like rupee. This one, unfortunately, we must remember. Okay, so this is this exercise. Over here, gentlemen, I want you to listen. All right, to this, I will leave it in Google Classroom. Listen to the audio file, and then figure out what is the price for each item here. All right, how much is the orchid? How much is the white truffles? How much is a pen, and so on. Here are the possible prices for this. Later on, when you work, you cannot work in pairs, but what I want to ask you, where can you buy these things? All right, if you want to buy an orchid, if you want to buy truffles, if you want to buy a pen, what kind of shop would you go to? All right, so put the correct shop into the correct place in here, and think about the other items you can also buy there. All right. If you don't know, then you can always play the second listening here. This will help. All right. Now let me go through the shops here. Now bakers, what do you think you can buy there? Right? It's about baking, for example, baking bread. Bank is for money. Butchers. Don't forget the pronunciation. We don't say butchers, but butchers. All right. I know that this can be deceiving, but that's English. Now, charity shop, chemists. Chemist is a very British expression. There is also the word pharmacy. All right. Pharmacy is in American English. I myself usually say pharmacy. Then we have coffee shop. You can also call it a cafe. All right, like this. And be careful for pronunciation. It's the cafe. All right, and this is coffee shop. Now coffee is what you drink, of course. You cannot drink cafe. Cafe is just a place. Then we have clothes shop, easy. A cosmetic store, I think easy. Deli or delicatessen, this is from French. So obviously some kind of expensive products, usually some exotic expensive products from a different country are there. Something to eat, of course. Now, DIY store. DIY, maybe you don't know, it means do it yourself. Now, if you do it yourself, then it's a kind of a store usually for guys, because guys are interested in that, and you can buy a lot of things that you can build at home. All right, some woodwork or tools, you know, for your garden or for your house, and with a lot of things from DIY store, you can build whatever you want. All right, you can buy everything for your house there. Now, estate agents, this is where you go to buy houses. All right, estate means property. This is one of the things you can buy. Let me add it here too. So actually there are 5 things. Real estate. All right, real estate are houses or garages or apartments. Then we have florists. This is where you go buy flowers. Garden center, those are play. It's kind of like, well, if you know OB, guys, in OB there's a part where you can buy a lot of things for your garden. So that's basically it. All right. Florist is just for flowers. Garden center is for your garden. Greengrocers is for the vegetables. Hairdresser is where you get a haircut. Jewelers, jewelry, here the necklace or the earrings, right? The ring. This is where you can buy it. Launderette, then this is interesting. This is a place where maybe you know the word laundry, right? Now launderette is a shop where you buy, or basically where you rent the washing machine and you wash your clothes yourself, right? That's important because if somebody else washes them for you, it's more expensive and it's usually for suits, and this is what we call the dry cleaners. It's not here, all right? It's another shop. This is where you go with your suits and they will clean the suits for you, dry cleaners. Now, news agents, this is where you buy the newspaper. Opticians, you can buy glasses or contact lenses. And a post office, you can send a letter. Shoe shop, of course, easy. Stationers, you can buy things for your school, you know, rulers or pencils, these kind of things. Takeaway, you can, it's kind of a restaurant that will give the food, they will sell the meals to people and they will take it away. That's why we call it takeaway. All right, usually in our country those are some Chinese restaurants that do takeaway. Okay, so do this, gentlemen. All right, look at the pictures. When you listen, put the correct price in here, and then later on just think about in which shop you can buy these things. Okay, now in the next on the next page you will find this listening here. Listen and repeat all of the shops and services words from exercise 4. I want you to just practice the pronunciation, but personally I cannot check that. So if you don't do it, I mean, it's your choice, right? But I suggest you should try pronouncing those words correctly. It's very important. Then I want you to listen to 2.33, listen to 6 dialogues, match them with 6 of the shops and services from exercise 4. So there are dialogues in some kinds of shop. Number 1 is DIY store, so put the correct store in each place in here, all right, depending on the dialogue. Then number 7, complete definitions 1 to 9 with the words and phrases below. So we have shopping, bargain. Okay, so let's just go through the words. Now, when something is a bargain, you can get something very cheap. You will say, oh, that's a bargain, all right? And if something is a bargain, you believe that you got this thing very cheap and for a good price, let's say. Now, you can also bargain with someone. It can also be a verb. And when you bargain with someone, you discuss the price and you want to put down the price, all right? Now, coupons, just like the discount codes, right? It's a piece of paper that you can get and you can get a discount. You can get a lower price for the things you want to buy. Now we have a price tag. You can check it. You can check a label. We can also call it a label, price label, and you can see how much something costs. Receipt. Be careful. There is no P. Right? We say receipt. Now receipt is a piece of paper you get after you buy something, and it's a proof that you have bought it in that store. So if you want to claim warranty and you want to come back later that the thing is not working, you need to show them the receipt and they will know that you have really bought it. Now, refund is the money you get back if you are unhappy with the product. All right, then sale, those mean a lot of discounts. For example, something is on sale. A lot of t-shirts are on sale today. That means every single t-shirt has a discount. Sale means a lot of discounts. And special offer is just some kind of discount only for you right now. It's usually a way of selling things. So have a look at these guys here, 1 to 9. Put the correct words to the correct place. Alright. Now, over here, listen again. Which words from exercise 7 do you hear in each dialogue? Guys, you don't have to do this. Number 8 is okay. Alright, now, present perfect with ever. We use present perfect with ever to ask about experiences. Have you ever bought a pair of really expensive trainers? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Just this is something you should already know. I think here we don't have to stay for long, but this is something I want you to write here. Are you a crafty customer? If you are crafty, the pronunciation is crafty, and the meaning would be ulisný or vynalezavý or lstivý, ještě by šlo přeložit, okay? But if you're a crafty customer, that means you are able to buy a lot of things very cheap. Now, let's see this exercise here. You need to create a question out of this that will ask you if you have ever done it. All right, so have you, and then you say, have you ever, and then you continue. All right, use it for all the questions here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, guys, you should ask your friend, but you can't in here. So what I want you to do, you will write it down. Have you ever, and then you finish the questions. And then write down the answers to these questions somewhere, all right? You can write them here if you want. You can write it separately on a piece of paper, but write them somewhere and upload it into the task, all right? So basically, you will find the audio files will be on Google Classroom. Without them, you are not able to really answer the questions, all right? So please listen to it and answer everything in here, all right? So everything, all the exercises, but don't do exercise 8. You don't have to do 8. And in exercise 9, you complete the questions and then you write the answers. You cannot really tell me the answers, so let's just write the answers, all right? Don't forget to mention the exact situation when it happened. So if I say, have you ever asked for a discount in a shop? Then you say, yes, I have. It happened when I was, and then you continue in normal past simple. Okay, so if there are any questions, you can ask me. I will leave all the feedback. I will leave it for Friday night. All right, so I will need to wait for your homework before I tell you the answers. So thank you so much, guys, for your attention, and see you later.